the NBA and a referee, what do you want Giannis to do there?
Step back. Take a step back.
But when
I'm a referee. The reason I say take a step back is after the result, Tony.
For sure. In real time?
In real time.
Get in his grill.
If he took a step back and he made it, I would be like, why is he wide open?
Exactly.
Welcome to another episode of Thanalysis Show with your one and only Thanasis Antetokounmpo and Tony C.
What up, what up, what up? A lot of Bucks to talk about today.
A lot of Bucks to talk about today. It's going to be fun. It's going to be nice. It's going to be decisive. And we can get straight to it.
Yep.
But before we get straight to it, want to thank our sponsors, Potawatomi Casinos and Hotels. Want to thank Gruber Law Offices. One call.
That's all.
Want to thank Praising the Wines. And McDonald's. Thank you guys so much for being our sponsors for this year's podcast. You guys have been amazing. And let's get straight to it. Bucks.
So we're recording this right before the West Coast road trip.
Yeah.
So the Bucks lost to Indiana, then they beat Indiana.
Yeah.
So let's get to that part. So
let's go game by game. I'll tell you what I think. Okay, first
let's just start off the Cavs game. Going back even further. Because like the Orlando game, they just they battled all the way back.
Like I said, very disciplined. They play the right way, and it's hard to beat them. Hard to beat them, but not impossible. Not impossible, but hard to beat them.
Side note: Paolo, that guy is he's special. Like people look at, we're not doing the face of the league. That is not the podcast for this. But when people look at like the future of the NBA or the future of Team USA.
No.
He's very high on my list of players that are like,
100%.
all right, we're good. He might not be.
And he's a good guy too.
It just seems like he's got it all, right? Like he's balanced, he's down to earth, and when the game's on the line, like he can just hoop. And I like watching him play.
We're gonna play way better though, so
for sure. And it came down to a Dame time shot, which I'll take that
any day,
every day. So
all day.
And then 2 weekends in a row, the Bucks got the home back to back, and so they played Saturday against Orlando, then Sunday against Cleveland, then Saturday against Indiana, and then Sunday against Oklahoma City. Yeah. Those are 4 really hard games. Yeah. Luckily, they were at home. The Bucks did go 1-3 in those, but the Cavs game, the Cavs just got hot. Like the Cavs got hot early.
Yeah, they got hot early, and it was just those teams. Like they're playing the Kenyan basketball, brand of basketball, and it's decisive, it's disciplined, and it's tricky. It's tricky. It gets you. Running around, looking for players, cuts, DHOs, everything. It reminds me kind of the Bucks basketball. We've been playing for about a year, so it's good. It was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Max Strus, there's not much room where he stands. Just watching that game, where he stands in the corner or when he's coming, running across, and like that Ray Allen, Rip Hamilton old role, but except he's going for a three.
We was already used to it from the Heat days, right?
For sure.
From the Heat just coming off. And
just his precision, though, in terms of like, he probably has a size 15 shoe, and it fits exactly right here. And the way he just lines it up from the corner is like, their Cavs are special. So they had that game. Then they go on the road to Indiana and lose in, just call it heartbreaking fashion, but just it was wild.
It was so I'll tell you what the thing about the game was. First, it was such a weird game because I think the season was already 2-0, right? And they felt like Indiana had to play really good. They wanted to win. They had to win. It's like a 2-0, season series.
It's 4-5 in the standings.
4-5 in the standings. If you have any chance of like going above, you gotta cut the tiebreaker and win games, right? That was one winnable game. But I want to go back to the way, like, we're up and the way, like, we lost it, right? This the miscommunication, and then he runs all the way to the corner. The thing is, people should look at, like, he was wide open before the corner. He just happened to run to the corner. He could have got it at the top of the key. He could have got it at the 45. He could have got it before that. But he just happened to go to the corner. Now
he was unmanned pretty much the whole way.
Yeah, because of the way we play, the way it was defended, it was so fast and quick. And Rick Carlisle, new coach, Coach Rick was like, "I'm going to do this because now they're going to have to defend." Because usually, what would happen if you had a normal timeout, we would have said no threes, just let them go to the twos, whatever. It is what it is. But now with them running to you, you don't know who's going where. So it's kind of a football play.
It was a football play. Yeah. It was a broken football play. Like it was just like, all right, a receiver got cornerback, defensive back got
So yeah, but
caught looking, receiver got loose.
This is the thing. Now you know the play. So next time you see them in the playoffs or whatever, then you know end of the time they were going to try that play. So
let me ask you that before you go on there. So people were saying after the game that the Bucks saw that play in the playoffs last year. So they should have been prepared for it.
Nah.
You were on. I don't remember that, but I could be wrong.
I could be wrong as well. No, we did not see that play. The play we saw last year was them coming downhill and Thanasis Antetokounmpo cutting through the middle, finishing, not going all the way. 4 screens going all the way to the corner.
Okay.
No.
So that's just an interesting. That's what we do. We debunk things. So I saw that everywhere, and it was like they saw this last year. They ran this play.
No, they ran this play against the
prepared.
Celtics, not the Bucks. Against the Celtics.
Okay.
Not the Bucks. In the Eastern Conference Finals. Not against us.
You heard it here.
At least that's what I remember.
No, that's fair. You know what? If I'm going to put anyone's basketball IQ or memory up against anyone, it's not Twitter. It's going to be yours.
Yeah.
So, all right. Simple as that. All right. You heard it here.
What was I saying? Oh, okay. So then Tyrese Halliburton takes a shot. Foul, no foul. Yeah, I'll tell you, okay, big fella, you could take a step back, not to shoot it. I would have, took a step back because either way, what was he gonna do? Because he was already jumping that way. It wasn't like you hit him. He was flailing already, shooting. So
let me take this one.
What?
The NBA and a referee. What do you want Giannis to do there? Like legitimately,
take a step back.
But when
I'm a referee.
When you're closing, like Tyrese Halliburton was at one point almost parallel with the ground, like the way he caught it and floated 4 feet the other way. Like
I'm with you. So I'm second born, but like just treating the whole life was been treated like a firstborn, just like being really like like I have excuses and I don't like I'm very hard with my brothers, with everybody. I'm just like I'm very like decisive. Like I'm like no, this is what you're supposed to do. So now as a ref. From the one standpoint, is like, what do you want him to do? Which is so true. We all see the video.
That's what I was looking at. I was like, all right, what? Come on.
But at this standpoint, take a step back. Okay. Let him shoot that flailing ass three. If he makes it, just leave cool. Him. Chalk it up. Let's go down.
Gotcha.
Or take a step back or jump.
Just jump straight up.
Just jump straight up. Now, mind you, what would happen is you don't want to jump because if you jump, that means he can catch you and do what Shea was doing last couple of nights ago. Just and get a shot. That's another one. But at the same time, it is what it is. It's a play. It's a play. It's nothing more. This play could have happened in the end of the game. Could happen at the beginning of the game. It's just a play. And it happened to happen this way. Now, are you going to penalize the player for leaving his man to go help somebody who was wide open? You cannot do that. You cannot. This guy was wide open. Like, if the way the play was, he could have caught. I'm telling you, he could have caught it in the top of the key at the 45. He was wide open.
Yeah, he's wide open the whole time.
He was wide open.
So if you're going to help, like
you might as well. You have to.
You're right. Like maybe take a step back, let him shoot that crazy shot. I don't think the way he was
take
leaving,
a step back.
Yeah,
I said the reason I said take a step back is after the result, Tony.
For sure.
That's why I said take a step back.
In real time.
In real time.
Get in his grill.
If he took a step back and he made it, I would be like, why is he wide open?
Exactly.
So the reason I say that is after the result.
For sure. I like that we can be honest about this.
Very.
Like, do you know what? Had he missed it, it'd have been like.
Why? Cool.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that was a whack shot.
Yep, good defense.
I would be like, that was a whack shot if he missed it.
Some of those do, like, it's like there's 1 second left on the shot clock and someone spins it off backward. Like,
and he goes in.
It just is.
No, but it was a good shot for him, for the Pacers in general. Like, it was a great shot for them.
The Bucks fans are starting to hate the Pacers. Like, the Bucks fans used to have like a friendly riot. Not friendly. The Bucks fans used to be really annoyed by the Miami Heat. Like the 19, 20, 21, it was anything the Heat did. They looked the wrong way. And Bucks fans were just like, nope, I can't stand the Heat. That's how it's like with Indiana right now. And I'm here for it. I think it's fun.
So I'll tell you one thing. What I believe it is, right? I don't think it has to do with basketball. I really don't. I really believe this. I don't think it has to do with like winning or losing. Like both franchises can win and lose, whatever. I think it has to do with antics. I think it has to do, you know what I'm saying? I think it has to do, like, seriously. Like, even with the Heat, it was mostly fan base, and then it became a whole huge thing in Twitter. Because, mind you, nowadays, Twitter accounts, teams are, like, doing memes of, like, other teams, which is
That part's weird.
yeah. That's to me. I'm like, why are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Why
when the team, the official team account is trolling other teams or players?
Exactly. That is not cool. Right?
The Bucks do a really good job. They really don't do that.
Listen,
But
I don't know.
I think you're right. Maybe it is antics.
It does. I don't think it has to do with basketball because you have a Tyrese Halliburton who's a Wisconsin native actually.
Oshkosh, yep.
Oshkosh.
He wore Leon's custard on his shoes for a game once.
So coming in playing for the Pacers, you have great coach, great really players. Coach. Like it could be vice versa. I don't think it has to do with basketball. I think it's just like the fan base. Like I think Twitter has a big role into this feud. I really do believe that.
I believe that too. Who did years ago when Dame hit the game winner in the playoffs when he was playing for Portland and he was at midcourt and he did this?
No.
Who was that against?
OKC?
Was that OKC? I bet OKC fans hated Dame Lillard then.
No, no. I'll tell you why. So there's two things. One thing is something you do as a celebration. Like everybody knows, like Dame time will do Dame time. It doesn't matter if he plays the Lakers. It doesn't matter if he plays the Bucks. Or it doesn't matter if he plays whoever or national team, right? He's going to do Dame time because it's my time and I scored. That's not a mock on you. That's not a mock on anybody. Now, if I go and with one team, I do something specific and then I go to another team and I'm quiet, or I play against another team, and I'm not chanting, I'm not doing nothing, and I'm like, that means I have something against this team.
That's fair.
It's like me saying, I'll give an example, right? What was this thing about Pat Bev, right? And how Pat Bev really plays against other teams and stuff like that. So Pat Bev, to his nature and his culture, he plays the same. If he plays for the Bucks and he beats the 76ers, who you played for last year, he's going to get aggressive with them, right? Now, if he plays for Philly and he comes to the Bucks game and he kicks out the playoffs, guess what he's doing? The same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
He doesn't change. He doesn't switch. It doesn't work that way. And he's equally the same way, win or lose. That plays a big role. Win or lose the same way.
From a fan, I see. This is why I love this dynamic because that is 100% true from players and how they look at things. Fan perspectives, when fans get too emotional, watching everything, especially when a player is beating your team. You see it a lot in football too. Like if a guy keeps sacking your quarterback and doing a celebration, you just start to despise that celebration, and everything that guy does just annoys you. And that's where I feel like Bucks fans got.
I'll tell you what it is. If it's his celebration or if he's his thing, like Michael Parsons, right? He tackles somebody and then he does this boom, 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 boom. Like that's Michael Parsons' thing. Like, oh, I hope he doesn't do this. I hope he doesn't do the dance today. Maybe that's the extent you're gonna say. I hope he doesn't do the dance. But if he starts doing something specifically for that team, then it becomes a thing.
When we had Aaron Rodgers in Wisconsin, when he used to throw a touchdown pass, he would do a belt, a celebration belt. And man, it would piss a lot of people off when someone would get to him and they would do it, and they only did it against him. So that's what I'm
saying. Yeah. That's why you be pissed because you don't do that normally. You're just doing it because it's us.
Because it's us. Yep.
So now I have a problem.
Yep.
Now you're doing it to mock me. You know what I'm saying? So go to the next one.
All right. So I came up with this. I don't know if it's a question. Obviously, and then the game we almost skipped a game. The OKC game was the most recent Bucks game. They lost that one. It was the second night of a back-to-back. Giannis and Dame. I think they actually ended up playing decently numbers-wise. Giannis had a triple-double. But the game kind of got out of hand, and it was always 8 to 13 points away. Just any thoughts from that game that stuck out to you, or is that just...
There is things, but, if I start to say we could do this, we could do that, it's a slippery slope.
For sure.
It's a slippery slope,
No, I
Tony.
get it. I just think people are all pissed about the Bucks. Oh, they didn't...
So I'll tell you...
They played great against the Nuggets.
Yeah, so let me say just this. They made a couple of shots. We kind of made the same threes. The biggest thing was rebounds, obviously, right? Could have rebounded better. Could have played better. It was a back-to-back for them, back-to-back for us. Just a little bit more fresh. But in general, we've got to, get our, thing going. And would love to see. I mean, Giannis and Dame play a little bit more together. But that's all here. That's all to be determined for the next games. But things I loved was, the effort. I love Dre coming in, especially when he showed us like what he did against them in the cup, like this against Shea.
Yeah.
Right, in the cup. So definitely needed that. But there was the biggest difference that people didn't realize was that they didn't hold the ball as much as they did in the cup. And the reason that happened was because Jalen Williams was missing. Right? So you had 2-3 players who were playing one-on-one and we could like sit down and shut them down. That's how that was our thing. Like we'll sit down and we'll let you shoot contested twos and we're good. Should let you shoot contested twos and we're good, right? And that did not happen. Obviously, I can talk over the fact because we don't get to play. They get to play them again?
Not till the finals.
Not till the finals. So that was the thing, that the ball wasn't stagnant at all. It was just boom, 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 shot, boom, 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 come down, shot, boom, boom. That's why you saw Caruso scoring more points. That's why you saw guys who didn't make a shot in the cup.
Isaiah Joe?
Yeah, make some shots because the ball had this energy of moving around, right?
So they adjusted to what they saw last time too.
No, it wasn't necessarily that adjusted. They played the same way they played. It was just like they had two missing factors that on the offensive level was affecting their game, which is a crazy thing to say because you're talking about a guy who averaged 27 points and Lou Dort, right? But those guys, the way they play when they match against us, it's a totally different ball game, right? And then you see it when Dort comes in and plays because Dort's like is this type of player, and then Jalen Williams is this type of player. I'll give an example. Shea gets the ball, right? He tries to break down the defense. Boom, 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 boom. Let's say he hits it to the right side. Who does he pass it to? Isaiah Joe, shots. Or Williams, shots. Or somebody else, shot, right? Imagine this now. Shea tries to break down the defense. He passes to who? Jalen Williams, right? What did Jalen Williams try to do? Break down the defense.
Break down the defense, yeah.
So he blasts it. Then he gets it. He passes to Dort. What Dort trying to do? Break down the defense. So when we already know that, we're big. You cannot just go in and lay it up against us. You're gonna shoot a bunch of twos. But when you don't do that and you go boom, 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 you become the Cavs. You become the boom. So then we have to make a scheme and slow you down. Then we have to do something different. So that was the thing. It wasn't like all of a sudden OKC is so much better. We played them already. So it was just their scheme against us switched because we were like they're not their kryptonite, but we just are big.
Yeah, they're built in a way that OKC has to play a specific way and hit shots in order to beat Milwaukee.
Exactly. Yeah. And I guarantee you, if the game was on Monday, it would be a totally different outcome. Yes, and it wasn't like a back to back. So, with not to dwell on it. Next one.
All right, so we do a segment on the show with Candy Funhouse, right?
Yeah.
And so today I brought Warhead sours that Candy Funhouse sent us.
Oh my God.
So I got an idea. I'm gonna try one of these. You can have one too if you want. They're gonna
be
you
sour. You try. Come
on. But while I'm trying this, I'm gonna give you an opinion, like a sports hot take.
Okay.
And then I want to see what your reaction to it is. So I had this thought the other day. I was looking at some stuff online, just NBA news, right? And I saw Tony Allen got his number retired with the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, TA.
I love Tony Allen, right?
Sure.
Like he offensively, whatever, defensively, he was everything that he won championships. He helped build a lot of franchises, right? And I looked at it, I saw people were like, why are they doing this for Tony Allen? Like, you got to be a this, because people only look at scoring, right? I think that's kind of a stupid way to look at basketball if you're just like, how many points did he average? So I brought a prop for today. I want, while I eat this guy right here, Brook Lopez, right?
Wow.
I'm gonna toss that over by you. Basketball Hall of Famer, Brook Lopez.
What?
I sent this in a group.
You're asking if he's the first or second or third. You're asking about ballot, not if he's a Hall of Famer. Because he's a Hall of Famer for sure. For sure.
You're good.
Hall of Famer.
I asked in a Bucks fan group chat, Brook Lopez Hall of Famer.
Yes.
And I thought this was easy. Hands down, 100%. And then everyone's like, well, blah, blah, blah. I thought it was a no-brainer, right? So, I needed you to back me up on this. I don't
know what's got into people's heads. Maybe they're watching basketball through Twitter and not through actual basketball and not through the evolution of basketball. We're talking about the guy who is the leading scorer with the Brooklyn Nets, and the only guy who went and surpassed him or was close to him was KD.
Yep.
Guys... Wake up.
Repeat that one more time just so people know.
This guy is the #1 leading scorer for the Brooklyn Nets.
The Brooklyn Nets.
And the only
that
guy,
history of players for that franchise.
And the only guy who came in close or surpassed him in some categories was Kevin Durant.
Yeah. I thought it was a no-brainer, and then
It is a no-brainer, but people don't think that way because people think about lowlights and highlights and this and this and what happened last game. Oh, he missed this rebound, or somebody dunked on him, or 2 points here, or he scored 20 now. Like, we're talking about the guy who went from the low post. He was the leading scorer through the low post.
Yeah, he didn't. So people don't forget that when he was the Nets all the time, it still is. But when he scored all those points, the majority of those points were on the block. Those points were not from the 3-point line. Like, he changed his game to extend his career 7-8 years.
To extend his career, and now he's shooting 9-meter threes from the logo.
He's letting that one fly.
Letting him fly and hit the celebration. So you cannot tell me you know basketball, because you cannot tell me this. And then we argue if Tony Allen's jersey is going to be retired by any team. Not only Tony Allen's jersey will be retired, and every guy in Tony Allen's caliber that did that for his franchise should be retired.
Like the Celtics getting to the finals, 2 out of 3 years when it was KG, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce. Like, obviously those guys get the accolades, but like Tony Allen was part of that Celtics run.
So let me give you an example. So would we penalize the Bucks if the Bucks say, I'm going to retire Chris's jersey?
Oh, so here's
Are you joking right now?
Here's what the
Bucks
being
better
do. When it's all said and done, 34 obviously, 22, which is Chris, 21 for Drew, and 11 for Brook better be up top. I think it's a no-brainer.
Guys, please, I understand things change. You know, like, people leave teams, and you saw today Luka was with the Dallas, and not today he's with the Lakers. Things change.
77 better hang in Dallas too.
Yes.
Like, let's be honest.
But let's go back and watch the games and understand what's going on.
Yeah,
there's a reason, like, people, because franchises have to value their players to some degree. That's what build the brands, and that's why you see 100-year brands and 100 or 60-year brands and teams are made of. You know.
Agreed.
You can't just be like, oh, whatever's hot now, because if you go with whatever's hot now, your brand is what is going to be whatever is hot now. And if your brand's hot, you're cool. If it's not, it's non-existent. So you can't go like that. You gotta do those things. You gotta appreciate the players who gave something for the franchise, right? You
100%.
gotta do all these things. You gotta appreciate the player who played 20 years in the league. I'm not gonna go out there and say, oh my God, Udonis Haslam's jersey is being retired.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Sometimes I think people just like to get fired up about things.
As they
but
should.
I saw the Tony Allen thing. It was just like,
as they should.
But like, it just made sense that Brook better be recognized with everyone else because of those
20 plus years with the franchise or being this type of caliber player. Same thing with KD. If KD playing all these teams, and all these teams, they appreciated him, they should retire his jersey. It doesn't matter how many teams he played for.
There's literally 99 numbers out there that they can.
Yeah, no,
you can retire one and like.
No,
leave it.
I'm just saying in general, like, you should retire it. If he came to your franchise for 3 years and he changed the history of your franchise, and you want to retire his jersey, retire it. It shouldn't be like, oh my God, what did he score? He played like this. He didn't score. Or this guy scored more than this guy. This guy might have scored more, but didn't care about your franchise. Do you want to retire his jersey? Okay, go. Be my guest.
We talked about him once on the pod. You met CC Sabathia in New York.
Yes, with the Yankees, yeah.
When he played half a season for the Brewers, one half of a season, completely changed the entire franchise forever. His jersey should be retired. Like, it's just some are just common sense.
And this is this is based on the club. I'm in the club, like European, on the team.
I've started using the words you like when we like match club, whatever we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like when we're talking to other people, they're like, "What are you European now?" It's the whole thing.
Yeah, the team. If the team wants to do it, who with what criteria can you tell this team, don't do this?
If you have a blue check mark, you can tell people whatever.
You know what should be the Gallup? It shouldn't be other people outside of the franchise. It should be the season ticket holders over 10 years.
That's
should
fair.
be able to have a vote and say, yes, we want, yes, we don't want. Because for the last decade, I've been paying my hard-earned money to come watch this club and watch this team. Watch this team play, right? So you should be able to vote. Yes, we want this guy's jersey retired. Or have an input. Like, hey, we know that you're not thinking about this guy, but you should have his jersey retired. This guy changed our trajectory.
I can't wait for you to run a team, man.
I'm not going to run a team.
It's going to be great.
Okay.
Candyfunhouse.com for sour things like these Warhead cubes. Very good, by the way. One more quick one for you because just the impact that he has made. I love that jersey. Isn't that just such a smooth one? I love that one. Just the impact he's made, not even on the box score, but as the Bucks. So when we're recording this, the Bucks are heading out west. We're going to have a bunch of other Bucks content for you guys along the next couple of weeks, leading into the live show at Potawatomi on March 29th.
Go get your tickets. It's going to be fun. I'm telling you.
Look at our socials. The links are in all the pinned Instagram posts, the top of the Twitter feed. Get your tickets. It's going to be an epic night in Wisconsin. Got some guests lined up. Of course, we got some surprises for you. March 29th at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. But a name that has popped up just with Bucks fans and like the impact, they basically, when they traded for him at the deadline, people were kind of like, all right, what is he going to offer? Jericho Sims has been a kind of a breath of fresh air defensively and athletically. Bro can jump out a gym.
Jump out the gym. If I mean, I can't say this on the podcast though. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you one thing after. I think he has so much raw talent that it's gonna start to evolve. But I think the other thing would be somebody has to who really cares just about him. Tell him exactly like, hey, it's 1, 2, 3, and once he does that, we're talking about the guy who might be making $20 million.
Really?
Yes.
So he's young.
Yes.
He had a good college career.
Yep.
Played for Shaka Smart in college.
Yep.
And yeah, like I looked at the other day, he was like, I think like plus 11, and he had like 3 rebounds, a block, an assist, no points in 7 minutes. And I was just like, high quality minutes.
It's high quality minutes, and people don't understand that he said he's just helping the team and just the team to win, but he has so much more to give that I don't even know if he knows, and that might be unfair to say because I've never sat down so much to talk to him.
For sure,
maybe he does know and he's not doing it, but I think if he starts to do that, he's going to help him. He's going to help the team even more to do so. Yeah,
that's all we got in today's episode. Bucks centric. Shout out McDonald's once again. We got some stuff planned for them. Stay tuned. Shout out the Prisoner Wine Company. And TA, what about our other people?
I want to give a shout out to Potawatomi Casinos and Hotels. You guys have been amazing. And don't forget, Thanalysis presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call.
That's all.
Let's go, fellas. See you guys in a minute.